Shalom. I got a status today from a very close brother, an African brother. I want to address that. The status was about Malcolm X. And Malcolm X was talking about how black people don't like their facial features and, who turned us against ourselves and the like. The problem with that clip from Malcolm, I know his daughter very well. We were very tight for a while. And so I am who Malcolm X was talking to. I have a very extensive history with the Nation of Islam. We go back almost 40 years, the Moorish Science Temple of America. So I just really don't need Nigerians coming over here trying to tell us anything about America at all. That's the first thing. It's very disrespectful and very rude. Now, with that said, let's have a look at Nigeria. Right now, you got to keep in mind, I'm a Pan-Africanist, a diehard Pan-Africanist, and one of my life's goals is to plant seeds, real seeds, that'll germinate and produce a healthy harvest of Pan-Africanism throughout the diaspora. That's a bigger agenda. But first, we have to do some house cleaning, and that's what this is about. Okay, Nigeria for the most part, and yes, we're doing a documentary on that as well as the documentary on the tire shop. They're both it's a Nigerian thing. So the first thing we have to do is do some checking. All right, and we have to educate the Nigerians because first of all, Nigerians focus on the Black death, the Black killing. A brother named Felix said, "Well, I come to America and I see Black people across the street, right?" And so this is who they see us as. So when you talk to them, Nigerians don't talk to you about African American astronauts. They don't talk to you about African American nuclear physicists. They don't talk to you about paleontology or African American historians or constitutional professors or the other tens and tens of millions of people of African descent born here, raised here as Americans have done. They don't talk about it. They don't see it. But what they do see is the bad stuff. And that's what they highlight. That's sad. So that's that. But as it relates to Nigeria, the thing is called Bright. And the brother that owns the tire shop is OG Bright. It's a different Bright. Michael Bright is who I'm centering around the Nigerian docuseries. It's going to be called Bright. It's a play on words. There's no darker place than Nigeria, so we call the film Bright. And the guy's name is Michael Bright. Now, this other Bright guy, who's like a brother to me, and I gotta spank him. Okay, for years he has been exploiting my people. He came here. There was a guy named James. We're gonna put it all in the film. And now there's a guy there named Big Man and Rico, and there's been guys there, and so this is the problem. This guy, first of all, Nigerians don't hire Black people. Nigerians don't come and do anything but talk shit about us. There are no Nigerian organizations reaching out, addressing the problems that Africans are so quick to point out that we have. Nigeria has never given a damn about African Americans. But what they will do is come to our country that we built and exploit us. These guys at this tire shop are working 12, 13, 14-hour days for $20, $30, sometimes $40 on a good day. All right? And there was a guy named James who was, this OG guy would call this guy scum, idiot, he would bring James almost to tears. And he would do it in front of customers. He would do it in front of his family. He was so disrespected that, and I'm not a hang out at the tire shop kind of guy, but this guy, man, I had to walk up on the owner, OG Bright, and say, dude, talk to me like that. All right? And I will take your fucking face off of your skull, nigga. What makes you think you can come over here and talk to my people that way? And so that was because James can't defend himself. James was an alcoholic, and OG knew it. And he gave him just enough money to keep him drunk so he could depend on that tire shop. And this was a sick little dance I fought with OG about every day until James died. So basically, he worked that man to death. Okay, James needed treatment. James needed to go into a facility. So if he loved James so much, why wouldn't he get James the help he needs? Instead, he worked James and worked James. Rain, sleet, or snow, James dedicated his life to that shop for less than slave wages. And he worked that man until his death, and he will be held accountable. Period. This is the truth. Now, there's a succession of guys that this guy is exploiting. That's called exploitation. This is America, all right? And black people in particular have a thing about labor, all right? We are very, very, very sensitive about wages, all right, for obvious reasons. So for anybody to come over here and employ the drug addicts, the mental health, I mean, this is a guy who for 10 years has run his shop on the backs of African Americans. That poor neighborhood that he's in, that pays his house, that pays his kids, that pays his kids' schooling, that pays his food, his cars, his everything. Okay? This OG Bright guy is in the middle of African American poverty, and he's doing very well with a very nice house, a very lovely wife, and two beautiful girls who are debate champions on top of that. So he's doing very well for himself, and God bless him. That's what we want to see. That's what we support. But what's in it for the people who got you there? Huh? What about my people? Okay? To thank us. You work my people to death. 12, 13 hours a day, and you give them 30, 40 bucks, man, you should be in prison. Okay? For what you have done to my people. So we're going to hold the African brothers accountable. And after the smoke clears and after everyone is held accountable, if they're still interested in unification of the nations as it relates to Africa proper and throughout the diaspora, then we're willing to sit at the table. But we'll sit at the table with a clear agenda that we will spearhead because we're the most capable, we're the richest, most powerful Black people in the world. African Americans are more powerful than the entire continent of Africa combined. Nigeria is 24th richest nation in the world. We're 15th. And they have 210 to 220 million. We have barely 30. So Nigeria is in no position to try to come and be the moral police of the United States of America when Nigerians are constantly every month suffering and dying from typhoid and malaria and all these waterborne diseases because all these Black Nigerian billionaires, okay, have sewage. I'm going to be posting some videos, raw sewage. And the backdrop of that, kids are playing in sewage. This is Nigeria, and they got the nerve to come over here and talk to us about shit. All right? And then you look in the background of the films I'm about to post, you'll see skyscrapers. Only place in the world like that. Nigeria is the sickest, most evil, sadistic, mean country in the world. And I hate America. Okay? But Nigeria makes America look like heaven. The way that the Nigerians do, I mean, you got groups of Nigerians groups in Nigeria like Boko Haram that cut up little kids, okay? They take hundreds, if not thousands of little girls out of villages. They just do pussy raids on children. Right. You heard me right. They'll go and get 9-year-old girls and 10-year-old girls by the hundreds and go in the bushes and make them their wives. This place doesn't have adequate electricity in 2000 and almost 24. So we're going to expose Nigeria because they got so much to say about us. Let me tell you something, idiots. Before you start going to clean up somebody else or even say anything about somebody else's house, make sure your house is in order, fool. The whole plank in the eye and the toothpick and, that whole thing, right? That's neither here nor there. The point is to help and raise millions of dollars for this section of Lagos State that we'll be focusing on. And then we want to go out further and further and further. So soon we'll be having a GoFundMe and we'll start raising money for these African brothers. And we're going to shame Nigeria. And we're going to show these Nigerian scumbags that we can do more for Nigeria than Nigerians from here. Wow, right? And what are you guys doing for African Americans? Nothing. You never have and you never will. So this is embarrassing to see what's under these Nigerian men's skirts. What it really is going on is a jealousy and an envy of us. And they think that we should be doing more with our status, with our power here. They have a lot of opinions about us. So let's expose Nigeria and let's put it out there and let's see, how they can handle the heat. All right, but the main thing is that's coming. It'll trickle out slowly but surely. I'm going to be posting more and more videos exposing Nigeria for the toilet that it is. It's a toilet. The whole country is a toilet. Even in the filthy rich neighborhoods, they just don't clean the streets right. They just don't, right? It's just something wrong, and it's embarrassing. Nigeria, and by the year 2050, will be the world's first superpower from Africa. Congratulations. And Nigeria, by the year 2050, will surpass a census that America has, at that 350 million or so. Nigeria will surpass that in the next 20, 30 years. So Nigeria has a bright future if you're rich. Okay, it's not the rich Nigerians we're focused on. Nigerians are breaking their necks to get to America because Nigeria is a toilet. So when you do get here, shut up and show some thanks and show some humility and some gratitude for the African Americans that made it possible. And whatever you do, don't come here exploiting my people. I won't let you. Okay? It's not like you have a choice.